Question. Have you ever heard of my rule of half? What? Back in a minute. Hi, this is Jan from New York City. My channel name is Jan from New York City Saves Money. How you doing today? If you're brand new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're a veteran viewer, subscriber here, I'm sincere and humble. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If you're just dropping by to say hello, hello. Hope one day you come back and stick around. What is Jan from New York City's rule of half? What does that mean? I do have a rule that I exercise every now and again. And lately, because of the way things are changing with prices at this moment in time, and hopefully they'll change for the better one day. That's my sincere hope. But at the moment, or any time that times are trying, whether it's within your budget or something outside of your budget, do not forget the rule of half. What does that exactly mean? If there's a way that you can use something and cut that use in half, why not? I do this all the time with tea, with hot chocolate, with cake mix, and other things. And sometimes certain recipes ask you to use more of something when you don't even need that. First, let's go on with the tea and the hot chocolate. Okay. First of all, number one, I just right now have this beautiful cup of tea with me. And it's chamomile. And it has some spearmint in it. And spearmint has a somewhat slightly beautiful but pungent flavor. Guess what? If you think I'm only getting one use out of that bag, wrong. So I'm actually considering it a half of a use. I'm going to have tea again this afternoon because right now it's the morning. And guess what? Yeah, I'm going to reuse that bag. That means I've slowed down the rate of use of the tea that I have in my box of tea. And the same thing goes, any tea. For me, Janet, any tea, a tea bag can be used twice. Let me know if you've gone through that. Okay. Now, with the hot chocolate, why I personally do the hot chocolate half a bag gigs. Now, sometimes it doesn't come out the right way, so be careful of that. And I'm going to work on a way to, I always want my half a cup of hot chocolate. I don't want to use a whole cup of hot chocolate. You could either make it fully, just the way it is, just drink half of it, save half, or you could use half of the packet, put that in your cup, wrap up the other half of the packet for whenever you want it the next time. You'll have just doubled and stretched. You automatically stretch that box of hot chocolate. And those prices to me have gone a little up. There used to be a time that there were 10 envelopes in some hot chocolates, but many times today I only see 8. So, okay, well, if that happens, I'm not going to scream, yell, jump up and down. I'm going to slow down my rate of using it. If they're going to slow down their rate of producing it in bigger quantities, then I have to adapt accordingly, unless I really don't mind spending that other money quickly. At this time, no. I rather put that money towards, let's say, the beef that has gone up in my area. This is just an example. So it's like flip, flop, flop, flip. But the rule of half works. Here's another instance where I always do the rule of half. Boxed cake mix. Now, okay, I'm, a family of one at this point, okay? So for me, boxed cake mix means I don't have to use a whole box of cake mix. Or you might be a family of 2. Or maybe you're trying to cut back a little on the junk food and the sweets. Anyone can do this. You don't have to have a reason, but you can do this. You can take that boxed cake mix. I take that bag out. I twist it. First, I shake it up. I twist to make sure all the ingredients are shaken up. I twist it like an hourglass. I put my finger in the middle. I snip off a little corner on the top, and I pour half into my mixing bowl. And by the way, let's talk about box cake mixes for a minute. Now, I know baking is a science, but You don't need a half a cup of oil. You don't need even a third cup of oil. I take one, well, usually it's two capfuls. Cap. See the oil bottle, the cap on top of it? I'll pour a little bit of oil on the top in the cap, throw it in the mix, a little bit more oil on the top, throw it in the mix. Does it still bake off okay? Yeah. I have yet to have a problem with that. You could go like, if you want 3 capfuls, makes you feel better, as opposed to like a whole half cup. Think of all the fat, the calories, and the money you are literally just pouring into a cake mix. Oil is expensive. So no dice. It works just as well with just a couple of capfuls of oil. I promise you that. I really promise you that. Okay. So those are 3 areas that I absolutely believe in the rule of half, and it works. There are many times that you might follow directions on something, and it asks for an extraordinary amount of things. Well, let's go back to the old shampoo trick, which I'm sure many of you guys are aware of. Rinse, lather, repeat. Rinse, lather, repeat. Why do I have to rinse, lather, and repeat if I already washed my hair? If you lather up properly, if you manipulate your scalp properly, rinse out properly, tell me the reason. Call me crazy, but tell me the reason that I must repeat that process. There is no reason. It's just an idea to help people push their product out faster, because people know that bottles of shampoo are sitting in shower stalls or wherever they're putting them, sitting there waiting for the next shampoo. I don't believe it's totally necessary to have to use it 2 or 3 times. I mean, that's my opinion. I mean, it's a personal choice, but I do believe it is a manipulative sales tactic, to say the least. Just saying, just saying. Rule of half. Let's go back to this for a minute. You notice paper towels? They're the ones that have the big, big sheet that you tear off and you're done. No. Always consider buying, what I do is they call you pick a size, select a size. You would be surprised if you get the better quality paper towel, that using that rule of half, you take that half a page size, boom, use it, job done. Job done. On a rare occasion, if you need a little more, you take more. Did you ever watch a kid rip off paper towel from a rack? Yikes. Yikes. Need I say more? There goes half the roll. Talk about their rule of half. It's not like my rule of half. I take a box of spaghetti, for example. I always do this. First of all, I don't like full-blown spaghetti. I like the thinner version, okay? I enjoy angel hair pasta on occasion, but my favorite one is called thin spaghetti. Okay. What I do, again, rule of half. I break it in half. One session is for the moment. The other session is for another moment. Just saying, just saying. You get literally 2 sessions out of that one box. You could even get more, because I don't like making too much of that either, because I don't like leftover pasta laying around. But I know how much to take out that is, fine just for one person. So when it comes to meal planning, I don't believe in what I call a hit and run meal. What's a hit and run meal? Well, exactly what it sounds like. A single 1 serving time expensive use meal. No, I rather buy the components and make further and future meals based around something like a roast turkey, a roast chicken, a roast beef. You can yield so much more than just buying a one-time use only. You could always create your version of a one-time use only, and I strongly encourage that. And before I forget, do I believe in batch cooking? Yes, I do. And I'll tell you why, because you get to yield so much more. You get to manufacture so much more. So the trick is to yield a lot on the cheap, go half absolutely where you can. Do the rule of half. It really, really helps save money. It slows down your expenses. So we'll talk more about this in the future, okay? Deal? deal. Hey, let me know if you do anything like that in the rule of half. That's what I call it, but you get the idea. Let me know. I am curious. I'm going to close this out in a minute. And in the meantime, this has been Jan from New York City. Thank you so much for viewing. Why? Because I really do appreciate who? You. Don't forget to come back in the future for some more savings, tips, tricks, challenges, ideas, and other stuff. Have an amazing, fantastic day. Be right back. Everyone, take good care. Bye-bye.